Hey y'all, what's up? I hope everyone is having a great day. I'm making this late. Should not be cooking. I'm browning turkey. Mixing a little bit of beef in it, just for the flavor. So I don't need beef like that. But what is happening? Yeah. Just came back from GalaxyCon a couple hours ago. My niece and I volunteered. I volunteered last year. I feel bad for the celebrity guests and stuff that came today because I volunteer and do registration. So everyone that bought a pass, basically everybody has to come see us. I do the registration. I'm in the main floor. So the good thing about doing registration is you get to see like all the passes. I meant the costumes and all that good stuff, right? I went downstairs for some more garlic powder. I went downstairs for to hand people waters. It's hot as balls down there. And it's like the celebrities are down there. Some of the volunteers are down there that are like helping with the lines and stuff like that. But I don't need that. Use salt to cook. But yeah, so it was hot. Like I offered the volunteers there like water. Some of the celebrities took water. I saw the wrestlers like Yvonne Dudley and Nick Namath. That's still weird to say, even though he's been his name for a while. Dolph and the Hardys and stuff like that. Like I passed by them a couple times. The first time I passed by everybody had peaks in my hands. Yeah, it's a good time. My niece was excited. She's never been to a con before. This is like my third one. I went to Awesome Con in DC, and then I went to the Galaxy. This is my second GalaxyCon. My son would be his second one. We're going dressed up on Sunday. Anyways, I keep saying that Fridays have gotten, the time has gone by fast. And I don't know. Maybe it's just me. It seems like it's gone by fast. I don't know if when it gets to where CW or what is it, USA, and then Netflix will be longer, or if it'll stay 2 hours, which is kind of crazy still to me because the Friday show is on 2 hours, and then the Monday show is 3 hours. But back in the day when I was on Smackdown, I think it was on Thursdays, so it didn't matter then. But yeah, so it started off, I thought they were going to start with the 6-man gauntlet match because that's how I would have started it if it was me. But they started with with Jacob, with Solo telling Nick that Jacob could replace Tonga Loa and he could tag match with Tonga. Some people are mad because I think they said that they thought they was going to get like the GOD reunion or whatever. I didn't care. I was just laughing at the patch because people were like, look at his face with the patch. And I was like, he looked like Romeo from IAmJustBee. And people were cracking up. Now, if you're my generation, you know who that is. You listen to like R&B in the 90s and 2000s. You know what group IAmJustBee was, or it used to be called Immature. And they had Marcus Houston, a.k.a. Batman. Jerome Jones, which was Romeo. And you had LBD. They were also in House Party 3 movie. And House Party 4 movie. I think House Party 4. Yeah, when they were older. And it was just like them watching like the Uncle House. The recent House Party, I don't know what that was. I didn't watch it. But so that ended up being a thing. Then it was LA Knight coming out, right? So he had on the red, which I like. Like when he wears like red tones, red burgundy, stuff like that. I like that on him, and I like, but my favorite is still the green and the gray. The blue is okay, but it's not as good as the red or the. And then so he comes out and fights Santos, which I forgot he had a match with Santos. And Santos comes out with a poncho, with Electra, and stuff like that. And I was trying to figure out why Angel and Berto wasn't out there, but I forgot they were in the Gauntlet match. They ended up fighting, you know. Then I was like thinking in my head, like, watch Logan, something happen with Logan. Logan Paul comes out. And tries to interrupt the match. And even with the distraction, Santos still loses. So Logan comes out and beats up LA Knight, and Santos helps like kick him and stuff like that. And then they stop that. Then they show like Bianca and Jade. So that threw me at first, because I'm like, now Jade been in Japan for a week. Okay, I follow both of them on Twitter and Instagram. So Bianca just showed that she was in Japan. So I was like, oh, I didn't know this was pre-recorded, because I had to, at the beginning, like they don't announce a lot of times, or I miss where they are for the week. So I had to look up and I was like, where are they for the week? So I was like, oh, this pre-recorded. And I said, okay. So that someone was like, you can still enjoy the show if you don't watch the like look at the spoilers. And I was like, I don't never read the spoilers. No. Even if I was like a Cole type situation and I knew who might have come as a surprise guest and I act surprised or whatever, I'm not going to sit there and read, you know, everything. Like, I don't want to know. Because they was like, do you read? I was like, it shows up on my timeline on Twitter or X or Twix or whatever you want to call it. But I was like, I don't even read that. If a lot of that shows up on my TL, I'll just go to my specific profile and just tweet from my profile because I don't want to see it. Like, that's how adamant I am about being surprised. Now, I don't even look at the emails, but I think they stopped doing that now. I don't know if someone from WWE watches this, but they stopped doing that. They stopped telling us about matches that weren't announced the week before. Because I was like, that takes the surprises out of it. Like, who wants to do, if I'm reading the email, I'm like, oh yeah, like today was LA versus Santos. So if I read the email and it showed that, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. You know what I'm saying? They fought. They have a match. But if it was some random match like, I don't know, just make up something. I guess Bianca and like Blair. And I'm like, why the hell are they on the email? And they didn't have no beef last week. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would show up. And I'd be like, that takes the fun out of stuff. Then I used to go on the website and look up, like, where would they be at? So they'll show me, like, when are they up and coming in a city near me or a family member I might be visiting. And then at the bottom, it will show, like, 6 other superstars that are going to show up, whether in a match or, like, on a promo. Which is good, you know, in an instance, because if my son, who he is, a fan of Jey Uso's, and Jey Uso shows up, his face shows up on like the picture underneath the ceiling, I'm like, bet. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna buy a ticket. But if his face shows up and then something happens, emergency or something, and he doesn't come, then what? Because that's like kind of what happened with the whole Roman situation with a house show. And he didn't show up, and a lot of people like were pissed or wanted their money back or part of their money back because a lot of them bought their ticket for Roman. But I'm like, bruh, Roman come to 3 shows a year. Like, I'm surprised he was doing a couple house shows last year, to be honest with you. I honestly was. Because I was like, I didn't know he even did that. Okay? That's no shade. That is no shade. I think he might have been to as many house shows as he was Smackdowns. Okay? So, yeah, so Logan comes out, they win, so Bianca and them come out, Jay come out in heels with the cover up, So I'm like, all right. So they talking to Alba, talking about Alba and Isla, and then they played the girls' music, right? And they looking at the ring, and I said, y'all need to watch y'all six. They are behind y'all. As soon as I said that, boom, got beat from behind. I was like, dang, dog. So then, after that, you know, Jade, I forgot what Bianca did, but Jade picked up one of the girls and lifted her up, threw her over the ring, and she had heels on, okay? Heels. You know how the hell strong you gotta be to carry something with heels on, okay? That is not easy. I'm just telling y'all, it's not easy. So, give me a sec, y'all. Sorry. After that, they showed. It was time for the Gautlet match. It's my favorite part. So, they started with Legado de Fantasma and Baron and Apollo. I'ma just call them Corbin Cruz. So Corbin Cruz, right? I think that's what I called him last time. Corbin Cruz fought Legado de Fantasma, and they was doing their thing. And I like Corbin's music. I do. I really like his music. And he came out with Apollo. I was like, okay, you know. Okay. I'm making something unhealthy and quick. Make a hamburger helper because I'm hungry. I haven't ate since like 3 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock. I haven't getting a headache. And normally I mix vegetables in it. Make it like a casserole. Because that's also how I also trick my son into eating vegetables. If it's not like broccoli or salad, he will not eat it. But yeah, so they came out doing their thing against Berto and Angel. And Angel and Berto been kind of dominating on NXT, so I thought they was gonna win this match. But I'm glad. First of all, Corbin and Cruz work really well together. I don't know if it's because they were both on NXT for a while. Like, you know, Cruz had got drafted to Smackdown like 2 years ago, and then ended up back in NXT. You know what? And then came back with Corbin. And so, but they work really well. And then Cruz threw daggone Corbin over the ropes, and that's what impressed me, because Corbin tall as hell, okay? And you know from the past, nobody tall gets over the rope successfully. Top Dollar, Damian Priest, Jade. It's been a couple close calls with I think it might have been a close call one time with Baron Corbin trying to go over the rope. So, like, for him to go over there successfully, I'm like, I was impressed. And then for them to do it again, and then Apollo be on the other side of the ring, and they do it to Berto and Angel, I was like, okay. So they pin them, and they win. So then they come out with Street Profits. Y'all know that's my people. Street Profits are my people, okay? Before the Street Profits come out, they talk to Terence, Crawford, you know. And that's what solidified it for me. Not seeing the girls and then seeing Crawford. I was like, okay. But for me, and I say this all the time, I don't know if I could sit there that long for that many times. Like, I don't know. I'm not a sitter anyway, not unless like I'm just being lazy on the couch. And then even then, I'm laying, like, I'm kind of laying on the couch. I'm not really, like, my legs are propped up. Like, I'm not sitting. Um, I've worked corporate office jobs and I've worked service jobs. Okay. Pay wise, corporate job. Stress wise, service job. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm saying, and also like movement wise, like if I, like when I worked at this college a year ago and I was working in admissions, I would be the person after like an hour or two getting up, seeing how everybody's doing, talking to people. I can't sit there and be stagnant for that long. Like, I don't know how people do that. And then it causes you to eat more because if you're like an emotional eater or you eat because you're bored, and that's how people be gaining weight and stuff like that. Like, it's not, like, I'd rather stand on my feet for 8 to 10 hours, which I've done being a manager at Taco Bell, and my feet be hurting and me not have to deal with like emotional stress, because when I'm done with work, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Like, customers for the most part aren't rude if you make their order right or whatever. And the only people that try to get over are the regulars. Like, the new people don't try to get over, but you learn quick. But like, corporate will stress you out and you don't even know you being stressed out until you need to decompress. And that's when I be exercising. I was like, after I get done, I was like, dang, I was stressed. So like, a job, like making people happy, service, you know, entertainment, something like that. Like, that's my judge. I can do both now successfully, but if I had to choose, like if I got paid the same for both, my like dream salary, I'm picking a service job all day. I'd rather give a service than sit there and have to answer to people that are head of stuff, corporations and stuff, that are smart as a doorknob, dumb as doorknobs, and they're the head of the company, and you're like, and I understand people hire people because they're not capable of doing stuff like that. Like, I like those managers that know they can't do certain stuff and they are willing to learn, or they give you praise, but they're not like rude or anything. But oh crap, the ones that don't know anything and are still rude, like, I can't. Anyways, oh God, Brittany. Okay, bring some more 10, 12 minutes. Okay, so then after that, sorry. I was like, when I'm hungry, I get in a focus because I'm borderline of being hangry, so I have to make me something, because the only other solution would be the hood one. And growing up, that was either oodles and noodles at night or cereal, and I don't want no cereal. I don't think I bought any cereal. But yeah, like, so then it was like Corbin, and so then the Street Profits came out. I said my Street Profits. Street Profits came out. That was a good match. They ended up beating Cruz and Corbin, and then they looked tired. So then they ended up fighting Pretty Deadly. And as soon as they came out, I started cracking up. And why production showed the little graphics for Pretty Deadly at the bottom, but they won't do that for nobody else. And then they'll show the big graphic for Cody Rhodes, but won't do that for nobody else. Like, I know a lot of them are moving to the strobe light thing, but like, Bianca's not one of them. Oh, and another thing with the StormiEST duo. So they come out, Jay comes out, you know, she talks in the camera. Dead silence. So then Bianca comes out, we hear like a little wave of cheer. Dead silence, but her music is loud. So I'm like, are we not hearing a crowd interaction because they've been there already for 2 hours and are getting tired? Or because her music is loud? Or maybe because she's not getting the reaction that she's getting anymore because she's not a champion? Like, what is it? I was boiling. I'm like, what's the, you know? So then I'm like, yeah, so they come out, and they like Pretty Deadly, and I think not Elton Prince, Kit Williams ends up hitting Dawkins, and he's like, yes boy, or something like that. So Wade's talking about something. Yes, the musical. We need to make sure the musical gets on track. And Corey's like, who is we? He's talking about, I mean me. I'm an honorary member. But I'm not pretty though. I'm like, what? What? Like he be saying stuff. I be cracking up. And then so I thought my heart almost stopped for a little bit because I thought Pretty Deadly was gonna win. And I so want Street Profits. Okay, wait. So then they come out, you know, they fight the OC. And Gallows was beating the hell out of Montez for a while. Montez came back, I think, and gave him a DDT. You know how good and how much strength you gotta get up to do that. Okay? So then,
drum major position.
Excuse me. Sorry. So then, they end up pinning the OC. So Johnny or HBK, as Truth would call him, and Ciampa or Triple H is watching from the screen twice. I mean, they showed him twice watching. I said, what is he eating? Is he eating dried Fruit Loops? I might have been hungry, but if I want a snack and I want something sweet and I don't want like no fruit or nothing, I'm eating dry cereal. But my son is not. I don't really buy Fruit Loops like that anymore because my son doesn't eat them. He might eat it like a couple times, you know, the dried fruit part, but he's not gonna eat it like with milk. So, but even like dry Frosted Flakes is good. But yeah. So they're sitting there watching. You know what I'm saying? So then they're exhausted. Street Profits are exhausted. Out come the Bloodline. Jacob Fatu's music comes out with the smoke. I said, his intro is nice. So they come out, all of them come out, of course. So I said, I got a feeling that the Bloodline is going to lose because they're going to get caught interfering. So, of course, during the match, Solo interferes twice. And while he's interfering, the ref doesn't see anything. And then they end up losing. But like Montez flies over the thing and all that. But what did it for them losing the match for me was when Jacob had took over and Samoan dropped Montez. I said that Samoan drop is deadly as hell. First of all, Smackdown to me has to have one of the softer rings. And I only say that or like the people that come from the independent scene like Jacob and Bronson and like Carrion and stuff like that, they don't do some of the moves as hard as they do when they were on the independent scene. And the only reason why I say that is because when Jacob was at NOW or at GCW and he was Samoan dropping like his opponents, the whole ring shook. Like the bottom ring, it was like I know them old like metal bunk beds back in the day. My son actually got one. He wanted a metal bunk bed, but a metal bunk, when you like go up the steps or when you move, it goes like it moves weird. I don't know. Look it up if you don't know what I'm talking about, but it moves weird. Like the whole thing shakes. Something like, that's how it does when someone drops. Matter of fact, go look up some of his old matches. But when he did it like today, it didn't. So either WWE is real good, has the same type ring, and is real good at securing the ring, or they got a better quality ring, but it didn't move as much. But as soon as he did that, and then did he do a frog splash? And he pinned, I said, that's it. But even like Wade and Corey was like, Montez was like basically the highlight. And I'm going to tell you something. I love the Street Profits. And I love the fact that Dawkins flew out of the ring. He's trying stuff he's never tried. Like, he's tried, like in the past 6 months, he would never try before. Every time he steps in the ring, he gets better. Their promos are out of control. Like, and I'm not the only person that said this. If Montez don't get a single title match soon, or a tag team title match soon, niggas is gonna riot. Okay? And it's not just me. Y'all should have gave him a title. I don't care if it was the U.S. title. Since the Elimination Chamber last year when he hurt his leg. Like, why y'all didn't run with the ball when y'all had them? Now, he come this close to qualifying for the tag title match. Y'all don't have them. Y'all, it's like they the jobbers of the tag team. But like, y'all don't have them. And maybe it's because like I want them to get a tag team title, like Pretty Deadly and them don't lose either. But I'm just saying, because I'm still on the fact like how his wife get a whole tag team title before he do, and he's been a tag team partner, had a tag team partner longer. Like, she just had a title. I don't care if it was 2 years or 5 seconds at Fastlane in November. She gets another title WrestleMania 5 months later. They ain't had a title, what, in 3 years? That's crazy as hell to me. Like, and they had a title back then. And no shade, okay? No shade. I'm just observing. And not Montez, and Angelo's wrestling wasn't as good as it was now. And they had titles. Now his wrestling, he been in a dungeon with Natty and them. Because y'all know I say if Natty, I don't know if TJ's retired, but if Natty retires, they need to hire her performance center, because all the people she be having in the dungeon be eating. She be having Nia be wrestling there. Daggone Angelo be wrestling there. I think B Fab practices there. Daggone Moose from TNA practices there. Like, she got what's homeboy name in NXT? I think Dante. I think he wrestled there. Like, it's a lot of them that go to her dungeon. Like, because if you ask who's your top 10 wrestlers, and this is from fans and wrestlers alike, man or woman, Natalia is in that category. Okay, she's such a tactician. Is that how you say it? She's so good at what she does. And like, people that love the business and are good at what they do, because they could look at something and talk to you about it and break it down and tell you what is wrong or right with it. And you're like, wow. Like, when I listen to, like, watching her, because I follow her too, and her and stuff on the dungeon, I'm amazed between her and then the way Mark Henry talks about matches and stuff on Busted Open podcast, and then the way Booker T talks about stuff on ROW his podcast, and then the way Rikishi talks about stuff. Like, bruh, they're Hall of Famers for a reason. Like, and she's a future one for a reason. Like, they are great at what they do. Okay, and they got an eye for talent, because I think Rikishi had trained Solo and Jacob. And Umaga said, ooh, Athena was already there, but Umaga sent the Usos to Booker T. And then, like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, them four right there, future Hall of Famers. Mark had daggone help or discovered helped discovered daggone what he said. He said he helped who get a tryout. I forgot he said what guy he said he helped get him tryout. Just told him to get a tryout. But like Bianca, Samantha, daggone Jade, like bruh. So but for him, neither of them to have like a title, it's crazy. I don't now if creative is creating something, because they be like they start working on next WrestleMania when the last one ends, but you know when stuff coming up, people get injured, they have to pivot. So I don't know if they're working on something for them coming up. You know what I'm saying? Because they could be having like stuff written out in 6 months, but they need to have something, okay? And honestly, Johnny was talking about how he would be so excited if he had done anything at SummerSlam in Cleveland. And I thought they was going to do the tag titles in SummerSlam, but they're going to have the tag titles Friday, which would be cool. You know what I'm saying? I hope his dad's business can like get rebuilt fast and recover, or maybe he'll retire. I don't know. He said he's been doing that, working there. I think it's like a local restaurant or like a local deli type situation. I think he said he's been there 50 years. And I think he's almost 80 or is 80. And like it was a fire that burnt it down. And because people were asking like, where does his father have this restaurant at so they can go visit during SummerSlam? And I was like, that's so dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are such fans of the wrestlers that they want to support their families. Like, I'm pretty sure if his building was up, they would go to that. And of course they're probably gonna go to Mrs. Dad's sandwich shop. Like, that's dope to me. But yeah, but for even like the commentators to mention Montez, and then y'all do nothing with him, it's crazy. Like, they was like on Twitter, something said during my Smackdown was like, who has this much talent but this much hype? And I forgot what somebody put, and then I said Karrion Kross, and then I was like, it depends on how you feel about it. And I was like, if his storyline evolves, I feel like he could be great. But then I said, on for real, seriously, I said Montez Ford, because y'all playing with him. And you know he's a star when The Rock gives his seal of validation. And he said The Rock was like the main person he watched growing up. And I think he talked to or met The Rock for the first time, and he was like, the kid's got it. Like, he's got it. Promo-wise, my top 5. Wrestling-wise, for the men currently, he's got to be in my top 5. Like, there's only, I think it's only 2 people on my list, on my top 5 list for promos and wrestling that are on both. And I think that's him and Seth. Yeah, because for promos, what I put, Montez, Woods, Seth, Miz, and God dang it, who did I put for the 5th one? Oh, LA Knight. And the rest of them are good wrestling wise, but I'm talking about like star-studded matches every time they come, no matter who they wrestle. Them 2 are the only people that come to mind. And yeah, so yeah, those are the only 2 people that come to mind. So I'm like baffled, and I know I'm not the only person that thinks that. So like, it's just crazy to me that he's not on any type of situation. I don't care if y'all have him go to TMA. They just had Slammiversary, but like a TNA event or something like that, and crossover, because you know what I'm saying, go over there and do a couple matches. He would kill it over there, to be honest with you. Like, if his contract was up and he decided to go over there and then come over here to NXT every once in a while, just like how Dana did, as long as Vic doesn't get their name mixed up, because he was calling, her name is Ash by Elegance there, and he was about to call her Dana, and he was like, y'all gotta quit with this, basically, y'all gotta quit with this back and forth. Like, I'm confused as hell. but like we're the people are waiting because the debates today was like them, him, and then who would you rather see at WrestleMania? Um, Rock and Cody or Rock and Reigns, and these were the debates tonight on WrestleMania or for wrestling. Those two. Oh, and the other one, the third one was Rhea is more popular than Becky Lynch, which I didn't even pay that no mind. Cause yes, Rhea is good right now, popular right now, but someone said she got to get like 1 or 2 more years in her to be for her to be as popular as Becky. Like Becky done main invented WrestleMania. Like Rhea's been in WrestleMania, but she ain't did that yet. You know what I'm saying? So, but as far as that WrestleMania situation go, I was like, I was like, now the Cody versus Rock situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't mind seeing that because of the dialogue, and I know that the promos will be lit. Love Roman. He's not the greatest on the mic. Promos will be lit, but I'm like, we basically had that last WrestleMania. I was like, it was basically The Rock and Cody hitting and fighting each other and throwing jabs at each other. I was like, you might as well said it was their WrestleMania featuring Seth and Roman. And then they gave the man a belt, and he was carrying it around like he was a champion too. That was the funniest thing about that match. Like, not you carrying around the people's champ belt like you the universal champion too. So like we already kind of got that. But the Roman versus Rock situation, I was like, that will cook only because of the family history situation. But I'm like, how would you start that? Like, what would be the start to that? Outside of him maybe coming back and what Solo said at the end of Smackdown today. And if that's the case, and then Rock is the final boss is telling Solo what to say, and Roman goes on the other end, and then that could be the start of it, and then they could have Survivor Series, and then Roman um, could go against The Rock, or Bloodline versus Bloodline, or new tribal chief, old tribal chief. It wouldn't be The Rock, it'd be Solo versus. But you know, whatever. So then it was Bayley and so then like Tiff and Nia were talking. Then it was Bayley versus me, Daly and Michin versus Tiff and Nia. And Michin came out, and as soon as she came out, they attacked her. So then after that, pooh! So then after that, they attacked her so bad she was on the ground for a while. And I follow her on TikTok, which I don't really be on TikTok like that. But she showed all her bruises, and I'm like, girl, okay, that's a lot. So then she showed, she was on the ground for a while. So then Bayley come out with this huge kendo stick. I'm like, she goes to fight Nia and them. I don't really like Tiff's gear. It's the same as last week's, but the lingerie is given. I don't know. It was just giving lingerie. So, then like Bayley, let me tell you something. Bayley holding it down now. And I say I don't know if she's ever been in a handicap match. I only been rewatching for 2 years. I didn't know, like, I saw bits of Bayley as the hooker with the side ponytail with the New Day. I didn't know who the New Day was. The only person in the New Day I knew was Kofi. Okay. So I don't know if she's ever been in a handicap match. But she ate it up. Okay. She held her own for a while. You hear me? I was like, okay, Pam, not you better do it, okay? Came out. Michin tried to get herself together. Try to go up there and get help her. And Nia stops it, and then they almost win. Cause I'm like, first I'm like, it's bad enough holding your own against Tiff. Tiff is very athletic. So like for me, the only person that keep up with her pace, I feel like Naomi, of course, because it's the dancer versus the gymnast. But I think, on all honesty, the two other people on SmackDown I feel like that could keep up with Tiff would be Tegan, which they don't show on TV, and the other person would be Candace. Candace is very good. Like Johnny and Candace is so underrated. If they ever do a mixed tag match, ooh, them two being on the same team, like I just got chills. Like them two being on the same team against like Bianca and Montez, which should be the main event of the night. Literally got chills thinking about it. Like literal. I don't know if you can see, but goosebumps. Like they are so good at what they do, all four of them. And I don't know how like Bianca and Montez would work like together. I don't know how Johnny and Candice will work well together, but I know how they wrestle in the like with their respective partners and on their own, and they are phenomenal. So like that would be a hell of a match. And I honestly think that yeah, the only people that could keep up with Tiffany would be Candice and Tegan. Like that's the only people outside of Naomi. So so I was impressed that she could keep up because we not no spring chickens, okay, honey. Bayley, she look good now, but they about my age, okay. And to fight somebody 10 years younger than you and you still move as fast as they do or punch it, that is. That's why when people talk about LeBron and stuff, I'm like, that man is 40 or almost 40, and he moves like the 20s. Now he might gotta ice his knees down after every match and before, but you can't tell why he in it. Like that's what Bayley. I was gonna say Pam. That's what Bayley was given. Okay. So then Michin comes in. Okay. I think Tiff does the moonsault. Michin comes in and pins Tiff, and then she clocks out and is barely, and then that annihilator, the Yoko move, is what caused her to lose. And what's her name was like, she if she gets the annihilator on her, she might not win SummerSlam. Because my thing was not you fighting two people 8 days before SummerSlam, and I don't even know if she went to Tokyo. But if you did, you tried it. And then two, when Baron Street Profits was fighting Baron and them, Montez hit Baron so hard he knocked the spit out of his mouth. Okay, and then they showed when they showed them in Japan. I saw Kofi. No, I follow Woods on Twitter and some of his pictures, and I said, "Oh, Kofi's there." So I'm like, "He's better, healed, thankfully." And they show Oscar, and I was like, "I don't know if she's there because that's where she's from or if she's actually healed." But I was excited because I was like, "That's great that she's with the team and stuff like that." But she could still be injured and just be there, like how CM Punk came to every city, or just be out, like how Carmella is on maternity leave and she has her handsome baby boy, and then after she comes and sees the people, she goes back to being a mommy and a wife and a baddie. So um, it's just I don't know. I don't know. I still think Tiff's Money Bank thing's gonna be like pink or something, or white, pink and white and bedazzled, or something like that. Um, yeah. And then something happened. He was like, he got hit in the mouth. Corey said that, and I said, he sound like Pat saying that. It's like that must be a Pittsburgh thing, the accent. But and my dad's from there, but he hasn't lived there in so long. I don't. He doesn't have really the accent. Like he still says yints and pop and some other. use and all that other stuff. Like certain stuff he still says, and I'll be like, because at first I was like, what? Like, what are you saying? And my nana moved back to Pittsburgh, and I don't understand nothing she say. Okay, except for when she wants a soda, she's asked for a pop, and that's a Pittsburgh, Ohio thing. Because my friends from Ohio say pop too. Um, but she says Jens and she says wash. That's what she says. That's another thing they say, like car wash. So the mouth thing doesn't surprise me, but it's just like I haven't heard it in forever. So it's like, okay, um, it's totally different from Philly accent, which is where my mom's other side of the family's from. We're from DC and Philly, so like I know those two accents, but the Pittsburgh one threw me off when my mom met my dad. But yeah, so next week it's going to be DIY versus the Bloodline, which is going to be interesting because I feel like DIY might pull it off. Champa has kind of a heelish type situation with him. Oh, before I get to that, then A-Town Down Under got the audacity to call out Terence Crawford, okay? My man is undefeated, and he might be fighting someone he might be in a new weight thing, but he's still undefeated. Second of all, when they showed the face-to-face picture, I said, homeboy, I said, the other dude originally from Saudi Arabia? I said, he looked like he'll tear Terrence up apart. I said, well, you can't really go off nothing based off pictures, but he looks like, I don't know. Hopefully he'll win because he's in a new weight class. But I was like, Lord. So then, which I'm still trying to figure out if it's the same time as SummerSlam. And then we got the Olympics going on. So then people on my timeline was trying to watch ROH, Ring of Honor, and Smackdown, and the Olympics. I'm like, how the hell y'all doing that? Excuse me, okay? So then he got the audacity to call out Terrence. His music is bomb, okay? He come out. So Grayson is the mouthpiece. He comes out and talks all this trash. Then gonna talk about some. If you do the Theory will hit you, and I'm like, not you sitting here talking trash, and then you got your partner taking the fall. I say, and if Theory don't know by now that Grayson is using him, and he is only the hitman, literally. So every time something happens and they get mad, he uses Theory to have them hit him. He uses Theory as the punching bag, so he'll have like the people he's talking about hit Theory. Then Theory is slower than he look. Okay, he needs to. That's another person that was on the debate when people was like, who has a lot of talent and not a lot of hype, and a lot of people put Theory. And I feel like him being with Grayson works because when they tried to push him 2 years ago, it was terrible. Like it was weird, terrible too. It was like when they tried to force Roman on us, and they kept booing him, even though he's at all these WrestleManias. They didn't like it. We don't, as fans, we don't like stuff being forced down our throat. We like stuff. We like to gradually like people. Like how people didn't expect LA Knight to become so famous. We end up liking him. Like he just kept coming out, and I was like, I don't know why, but I like him. And then I was like, it took for Roman to authentically say he was Joe for him to go come out of character and expose who he was. And it's not, we don't like him because he has to deal with leukemia. We like him because one, he showed his authentic side, and two, he still fights, and he has an internal fight, not like probably a spiritual struggle that like a lot of people wrestle with, like emotional stuff like that, but he is fighting for his life literally daily. And the fact that he has come out here with us and to be in events and stuff, and the events he come out to aren't small. They're at least 17,000 people. WrestleMania, 80,000 people. His immune system is already compromised. It's like someone that has like a autoimmune like AIDS or something like that, or lupus. Their immune system is weak, and he's around all these people. Anybody in the audience could have the Rona, okay? And he's exposing himself because he loves what he does and he loves his fan. Like, that's the reason why we love him, Roman. Not because he announced that he had cancer. It's because, you know what I'm saying? This is how you know, like, people authentically love what they do. Stuff like that. Stuff like KO's mama has been in the hospital and he comes out here. I would have took care of family first, me, honestly. But he said my mama would have cussed me out. You also know he loves what he does because this man could have an injury and they tell him he out for 4 months and he coming back in one. That's why he's one of my favorites. Like, he don't give a fuck. Okay? He don't care. Okay? Just like my man Pete. And Pete, Monday and Tuesday, Pete tried it because Pete, Sheamus done got you on Monday. Then you gonna randomly attack Trick on Tuesday. Like, what is wrong with you? Okay? And then the Metaphor. The girls from the Metaphor also challenging Alba and Alba for a tag match. Because if that's the case, Bianca and Jade, and then Lash and Jakara and Alba, they need to have a triple threat on somebody's show. Okay? For the matches. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Briggs and Laws, his match. I didn't even see the Rascals and Nathan Axiom and Evans, and that's the one I want to miss. I think I fell asleep. I was tired. Okay. But Tuesday was good. Tuesday was good. I would say this week, Raw won. Raw was the best one. Oh, yeah, and then Cedric and Adonis fought. Even though they both lost now, I was just so happy to see them in the ring and on TV. Like, I was so ecstatic. So ecstatic. I've been trying to get them on TV for 6 to 8 months, just like I've been trying to get Montez a daggone belt for like a year. Him now, I'm even including Angelo. I don't even care. I don't care. They the tag team titles, the third most holding record after the New Day and Usos. Like, give me something. Okay, even if y'all make this man a speed champion, let him bring his title belt out on Fridays when he come to wrestle. Like, let him hold something. I want him to have a title where he's doing promos. Oh, and then Andrade had come out. I forgot about him. Andrade come out. He look like he got this big bruise on his arm. He comes out. He talks to Saxon. Saxon must be the new backstage interviewer because Kayla's gone now, which I ain't mad at. You know what I'm saying? He just haven't done it in a while that I remember because they had all women in the back. So he acts like Andrade about Carmelo. Carmelo comes out like, you only beat me once. Talking about even LeBron has a bad day on game every once in a while. And he was like, buddy, you not LeBron's. He said, you more like Bronny's Jr. I couldn't do that but laugh. Because if you a hooper, you know. Okay? If you are... Because I've been saying that for like some months. No, maybe some years. And people been calling me a hater. And I'm trying to tell y'all, because I used to hoop. Okay? I was like, Bronny has the charisma and stuff of his dad. And he does the dunks and stuff like his dad. I said, but when it comes to fundamental basketball, he does not have that. I was like, and I feel like you can't get that grit and stuff if you're either not hungry and love what you do and want to play the sport, whether you're rich or poor, or if you ain't played people that come from different backgrounds. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's his name? Mike Ruffalo or something like that. He said that he was raised in a rich family uptown New York, and he used to play basketball with them and people his age. He said, and I used to beat all them. He said, so I went to the hood in Harlem to go play, like go play ball. Like that's how he learned to. Like he was like, and it was people so much better than me. And I feel like when you're in a box and you don't get other people from different cultures and different social economic backgrounds, stuff like that, especially when you're playing sports, like, can you really define yourself as one of the best? You know what I'm saying? I honestly do think too that Bryce is a better player. And I've always said that. Like Bryce is gonna be the one, and I've said that. Like Ronnie's good, he's okay. But I'm like, he's not better to me than his brother. He's definitely not better than his brother. And I'm like, he's not better than Carmelo Anthony's son, Cayenne. And that boy's still in high school. Like so. But anyways, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Okay. I'm gonna have one. I am not yeah, I'm probably post a picture or two on my on my Twitter. But yeah, be safe. It's a lot of cons going on too. It's GalaxyCon this weekend. It's the main Comic Con in San Diego. And then there's one called DreamCon in Austin, Texas, which is like, I think anime, or I don't know if it's a Comic Con or if it's in. But at the one I'm at has a lot of wrestlers, like I said, a lot of voice actors, and a lot of Power Rangers I grew up with. Like the second Black Ranger, the second Yellow Ranger, the second Pink Ranger was there, and stuff like that. So, but oh, and MJF was there. Was gonna be there. Oh, was there today? I think he was only there today from AEW, but I can't wait because I'm going on Sunday before my son and I leave there and then go practice basketball like we always do. But have a great day, great night. Be safe. You know, spend time doing something that you love, or or with family. You could do by yourself or with family. You know, or friends if you don't have any family, or if you don't have either, with a stranger. You never know who you might become a friend. Like, don't do it like a creepy way though. Like if you're like out, say at like a board game club event or something like that, and you're by yourself, and then you strike up conversation with someone, and y'all ended up like being friends temporarily while you're there. That's what I mean. That's his name, Michael Rappaport. I don't know why I said Keaton. I don't know. But I can tell you he grew up in an affluent neighborhood and ended up having a good best friend. Anyways, talk to you later. Bye.